Hello, welcome back to our Halloween special where we are playing Alone Against Fear. Our heroine, Violet, who has covered for Xander, who was badly mauled by a werewolf in the park, just outside. Violet has voyaged around Sunnydale, attempting to find the five witches, to kill the coven, to end the coven and the opening of the hell gates within Sunnydale, assisting Buffy in purifying the area. She was injured in defeating the werewolf and being attacked by a possessed car, and found a safe house. Continued to travel around. Some zombies really affected her. Crippled Violet's arm. Violet being our teenage heroine, dressed in her plaid lumberjack shirt, big baggy track pants, big boots, knitted beanie with badges, pins on it. She has strapped up her arm. She has a stuffed bird under one arm. She has her sledgehammer she got from from Bunny, the slasher in the streets. That was, where was that? That was here. And she is going to continue adventuring south for the last half an hour of our Halloween special. And then afterwards, we can see what happens to Violet and see if we decide collectively to continue Violet's adventures in Sunnydale. So Violet will attempt to. So at this step here, which would be step 10, Violet will have to consume some food. So Violet is going to have one of her energy drinks to try and sustain herself. I worked it out. It would be about 6 p.m. So now it's moving to 8 p.m. Every box being 2 hours. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and this would be 20 hours. So it's 8 p.m. The sky is just gone darker, even though even in the middle of the day, it was a dark, deep red light that imperviated the area. And a deep foreboding. So we now roll on our expedition table, which is an 11. Roll on the school table or the woods park table. We might encounter, so we've got the park here, we might encounter the school here, which is on table 55. Or page 55 rather. Schools table. 4. School library. Oh, that could be useful. The library, school library. Roll 2d6 chance of a random book and a 2 in 6 chance of an encounter with a d6 zombie children. Oh dear. 1 life each. You may perform a search roll here after defeating the zombie children, if there are any. Gaining 1 roll on the children's stuff table. 56 on a success. Okay. So first, a 2 in 6 chance of a random book. No random book. Next, a 2 in 6 chance of an encounter with D6 zombie children. 2, yes. So how many zombie children? There are 5 zombie children. So this is a school library. We are exploring the library, trying to find clues to the witch's coven, trying to find books that will help us. And instead we turn a corner and we encounter 5 zombies hunched over the librarian, ripping out innards. We can see clawed innards in mouths as they're attempting to gnaw down on innards. The blood Is blood-covered books cover the area. So what did we say? We said there's 5 of them. They are level 2, 1 life, 1 damage. So our zombie hunter, Violet, thinks seeing all of the palm, the classic bloody handprints on the books, the parts of the librarian in one corner, two of the zombie children try and fight over a part of a leg. Our Violet will try and to end the eternal damnation and the eternal horror that is these children. I mean, really, there should be a sanity roll for this one. Violet will put her rifle over her shoulder, ready her sledgehammer, and wade in. 2 +1 for being a zombie hunter, and +1 because this sledgehammer is good against zombies, giving a 4. They are level 2, which means that we would then get 1 and 1 raise, meaning that catching them unawares, Violet is able to put to rest the 2 zombies who are fighting over the leg. But with that, the 3 that are engorging themselves on the innards of the librarian manage to get to their feet and lumber towards Violet in a terrifying image of these small zombies. So that would be a 6, so that would explode. 6 explode and a 5 explode with a 2. Well, with a 1, anything but a 1 because of our agile Violet. Violet dodges around the zombies, coming behind them. Let's try this black dice. Doing a 3 plus our 2, giving us a 5, which again is enough to finish 2 of the zombies. Cracking one against its shoulder, it falls to the floor, tripping up another, giving Violet enough time to dispatch those 2, with one final zombie attempting to latch itself onto Violet's throat. 3 + 1 of 4, meaning that she evades that final zombie. Turning on it, she dispatches it back into the Hellgate whence it came. Which means that we can perform a search here after defeating the children, if there are any, gaining 1 roll on the children's stuff table. So school library, zombies, defeated, it's searched, but we can search a library multiple times, finding clues when we looked it up. So we can roll on the children's stuff table, which is page 56, which is over here. D6. 5. You find a rubber mask. It looks like a clown face. Weight is negligible. You may wear it if you want. Add keyword clown face to your play sheet, but your charisma roll will be -1 if you do. All right, we're going to put it on. So we will go keyword clown face. Maybe Violet is going temporarily insane. Clown face. So we have a clown mask, which gives us a -1 charisma for rolls. Okay, so we could search this area. No, because we've said it's searched, we won't search further. We will leave the school library and the disturbing vision of the zombified children and continue south, where we will find, let's use the 2 blacks, from 8, store table or the street table. I think we will find the small shopping mall that Violet would hang around in. page 52. D6. A. Do. Food store. You may pick up 1d6 food points. However, if you do so, there is a 3 in 6 chance of an encounter with a random monster. Roll a d6 to determine on which table to roll. If you do not pick up any food, you avoid the chance of an encounter. Okay. So we will go food shop. Now we have 4 lots of food and 5 lots of energy drinks. So I don't think we're going to risk an encounter by searching the food shop. We really want to start clearing some of these, because the last 5 squares will contain the witches, but they might surprise us. So we're going to try this box here now. We really need to, or we need to find a ritual so as we can go and close that hell gate. What have we got? 5 places of worship. Another place of worship. This can be a bog standard church. Mainly because, although I've been to synagogues, I've been to bar mitzvahs. I can't think how I would draw a synagogue apart from just a building. I don't know. Is there an iconic? Am I showing my ignorance in not knowing what was that place of worship? 47. Not knowing what a synagogue would look like. I think I am, aren't I? 4. Another one. So this is under siege again. The church is besieged by 2d6 at level 3 zombies. Slow, undead. You may ignore. If you destroy them, you recover 1 sanity, and then we can make a roll on the random. I think what we might do. We might roll and see how many zombies are besieging this one, and then Violet may decide whether she's going to turn a blind eye and move on. So 2d6. 6. There are 6 zombies. These are level 3 zombies. Are we going to... So we can ignore... You may ignore the encounter. We can just walk on. Oh. Thing is, we're on 5 health. Okay, we're going to move on. We need to get rid of these. We'll come back. We'll come back. We need to close the gate. Or get rid of the witches. 8. 5 and 3, 8. 8. Roll on the store table or the street table. Let's go to another shop. So we have a shop here. Some more shops on the other side of the church that we're trying to, pretend that we didn't just walk away and leave them all to 52. Sorry. Store table. 1. A shot in the dark. You try to loot a store. As you enter, someone fires a warning shot. Make an L3 charisma roll to persuade the shooter you mean no harm. A +1 for charisma, +2. Okay, we're wearing this mask, so we're -1. So if you fail, he will shoot again. Defend against... Okay, so we need to make a charisma roll first. We're at -1, so we need to roll 4s. We got a 3, so we fail. So he shoots again. Defend against L4 or lose a life. So we have +1 agility. So 5. So we duck behind a car and then flee in the shadows. Once he goes, you may loot the... Okay, so he will shoot again. So he shoots again. We duck behind a car and then he runs away. You may roll once on the random items table. Roll twice on the useful stuff table, or roll a 2 in 6 chance of finding a single specific non-magical item of your choice from the random objects table or the useful stuff table. So let's roll 2 times on the useful stuff table. 2 things are better than 1 thing, aren't they? All depends what the things are. So far, they've not been that useful, have they? Okay, useful stuff. 2 times on the useful stuff table. blacks. So we've got 44. So we found some grooming products. If we use this, we get +1 on an extra charisma roll. So we found some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 7. Grooming +1 next charisma roll, and then we'd lose it. Plus, what else did we find? 33. Lots of doubles here. Another stuffed bird. 2 stuffed birds. Okay, we'll leave this stuffed bird behind. So that's the search. Mate, no, we're not going to search. We will continue on. We will try and cover this area around here. So this was looted, shot at. So we still could search this area, and we could search that, and we could search it. So we're going to move down here to this one here. 14. So this is section 14. So that would mean it's midnight now, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. That was midnight. 2 a.m, 4 a.m. So it's 4 a.m. We're tired. And what do we, oh, 2. Roll on the random encounter table. As we're tired, the table option or slot option. I don't know if you can see. So we've got the slot and then the options within. 3 and 1 lab horrors. So we've got a lab horror. Page 66. Lab horrors table. Roll a d6. 3. Mutant. A disgusting mutant. I keep thinking these candles are actually lit. I'm going to burn myself. Level 4, 6 life, damn 1. The mutant has a 1 in 6 chance of surprising us. Nope. 2 in 6 chance of possessing psionic powers. Nope. If you have mutant hunter, no, we don't. Until it is killed or you escape. Okay, so it's so what we've got. So we've got a lab. We will. So as we come into this street. So this is a crossroads junction where a strange truck has crashed. With lots of chemical warning symbols on the back, and this, what colour shall we say? Pink slimy ooze has been coming out and spilling onto the streets, and one of the cars that had crashed against it, the ooze has soaked all over that car. It's a small car, it's a mini, it's a little mini, an old mini, which has melded itself into and around the occupant who was driving it. And so the mini has become it's mutated the person inside to merge in to the mini vehicle itself. I mean, level 4, 6 life, that's part of the life. Seeing this, Violet will unsling the rifle. She has 2 rounds left and will shoot the first round at this strange, atrocious vehicle. She has a -1 because of her arm, which only gives her a +1 to this roll. 6 would have been good. There was a 6. 4, 10, that's a 15, which is a 4, 8, 12, which is 3 times. 3 times 2 gives us the 6 damage. So that was a good use of her penultimate bullet. As this mutant horror begins to form itself into a being, Violet holds up her shoulder takes careful aim on the engine block, which is being all slimy, sludge covered, is exposed, and fires. The bullet hits the engine block, ricochets around, igniting petrol and fume and various other chemicals that have been in this area. There's a small explosion within the car, and then the whole of the middle junction goes up in a massive explosion, knocking Violet to the ground, but clearing this area of any horror. I think Violet is going to search this area to see if she can find anything in the wreckage. And she finds nothing in the wreckage, having searched that area. Moving on, it's now 6 a.m. She will search over here, 15, having a packet of what are crisps, not chips, they are crisps. She will eat those crisps, maybe prawn cocktail flavour, crisps, and whilst exploring this new area. Let's see if we can get ourselves one of those special things. What have we got? 5. Another place of worship. Sunnydale. I mean, it must be that with the Hellmouth opening up, there are more places of worship than you would expect in a lot of places. That's probably happens when you have a hell wandering the streets. A D6. 1. A peaceful place. Okay. This one, I was thinking, I was going to do the whole synagogue thing. Gives you a moment of respite, recover 1 sanity or 1 life, your choice. I think we will recover 1 life. Giving us 6 life. You may create a safe house here. If you do so, you may heal up to 3 sanity and 2 life every time you visit this box. You do not have to roll for random encounters when you visit a safe house if you're already 3. So how many safe houses we've got? We've got 1 safe house here. I think that's it. So we have a safe house. We can heal. What did I say? Sorry? We can heal 3 sanity and 2 life. 3 san and 2 life. We can heal every time we visit. Okay, and this is just all about if there's more than 3. You can only have 3 safe houses on the map. When you visit the location that is no longer a safe house. Okay. So we will then. We have turned it into a safe house, which means that we will then use that to heal to 8 life. Yay! Still got a crippled arm. But we have our safe house. We can't search safe houses. Okay. We will... Oh, we're going to have our last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting into close to our last 5, but we're also getting close to the final half an hour. We will head... Violet will leave the synagogue, which is now a safe house, and head south. Does a yoga studio count as a place of worship? Head south and explore further south in the city of 6. We keep on still my street table. What's in the street? Page 44 over here. A 4. Random encounter with a demonic horror. Page 64. So we have... demonic horror. D6. 3. If you have the keyword snowy on your play sheet, we don't. Otherwise, you meet a demonic goat. We meet a demonic goat with an again with an L3 demon. It has 4 life and does 1 damage. If the goat inflicts any damage, you are knocked down and must spend 1 action to stand up or defend it at -2. It is susceptible to exorcism and vulnerable to holy water. We have neither. I think Violet will utilise her last bullet, her last remaining bullet, as the. It's a huge goat. It's the size of a scooter, a giant goat with deep black fur, matted with mud and grime, 2 badly entangled and entwined horns, and burning red evil eyes, foam around its mouth. It charges as Violet turns the corner of this street. She sees it further down the street. Sparks come off from its hooves as it begins to charge down. Violet takes her rifle, struggling to lock in her final round. She opens fire on the goat. Ah, and misses as the goat cracks into her. Oh, doing. Oh no, Violet, no. Doing 1 point of damage and knocking Violet down. So Violet is on the ground. So she can either spend 1 action to stand up, or she will be defending at -2. So she can attempt, no, so she can't hit it from the ground. What do we have XP wise? Well, we defeated 2 additional things, giving us 3 XP. So just before we start fighting this goat, I am going to quickly see if we can have learnt anything to help us with this goat. Anything that may, so with 3, so we've got slippery, we can attempt to escape the goat. That will cost 3. Martial arts, reduce unarmed combat by 1. Or maybe something that will give us a benefit to using the knife. Fighter. Oh, that's 6 points. That won't help us. Charisma is not going to help us against the goat. We don't have a bow. So really, we would have needed that fighter. What else could we do? We can have slippery and attempt to escape, which is rolling more than the 3. So we could stand and then attempt to escape. So we could stand on this turn and then attempt to escape next turn. So I'm going to spend that 3 XP, giving us 0 XP, and we are going to get slippery, +1 to escape. Okay, because we might be able to survive this, which means that we will leave Violet in the streets and we can decide what will happen afterwards. So Violet is going to stand on her action, using her, so she has no ammunition left. Using her rifle to assist her to stand up, she will stand as the goat will turn on its heels, kicking up huge sparks as it forms a circle, skidding round, and then charges back at Violet. Violet rolls a 5 +1 is 6, so readying herself, she evades the goat's charge, moving to the sides as the goat screeches past, making a strange growling, guttural growl sound as it proceeds past her. Violet will then attempt to escape. Now, Violet, whereas Violet's here, so Violet could escape back to the place of worship to heal up again, and that's where we could then leave Violet in the synagogue resting. But first, Violet must escape. So she's now got slippery. It's a level 3 goat, demonic goat. So she needs to roll 2s, not a natural 1. So that means as she attempts to go, what shall we do? Her shoe boot has come undone evading the goat, and she then trips over her laces. You should always tie her laces up. It may look cool to have your laces dragging all over the place, but instead, Violet, you've just tripped over. Your dad told you to do your laces up. Okay, so Violet fails to escape, which means that the goat does automatic damage, putting Violet on 6, and then the goat gets to attempt to gouge into her again on its attack. Violet rolling a 1, falls over again. It does damage to her again, leaving her on 5 hit points. Now, she can attempt to escape, but she would then be at -2, being a -1 in total, meaning that she would have to roll 4 or more, or she can stand up, which means it will attack. I think rolling a 4 or more is our best bet. So Violet is going to attempt to scrabble off the ground as it runs and turns, and just attempt to get under a car and escape from view and get back to that place of safety. Please. No. Unable to get off the ground, she automatically takes 1 hit point, leaving her on 4 hit points, and then the goat gets to attempt to attack her again. But this time, so no, she's still on the ground, so she's at a -2, but she is agile, giving her a plus, making it a -1, making it a 3. It is a level 3. She only just evades as the hoofs go clumping over her. She curls into a ball, evading as it runs past, and then she's going to attempt to escape again. Oh, Violet, am I killing you off here? 3 hit points as the hooves clump onto her. It's just running over her and running over her. It comes over for another pass. Oh, again, trampling Violet. Violet is battered and bruised on 2 hit points. If she gets hit again, we're going to have to take another injury. And at this point, all right, we're going to go for the black dice because she likes wearing black. She's always wearing black. I'm not at all describe one of my daughters. She's going to attempt to get off the ground and run, which means that she has a -2 to this roll, has +1 for slippery, which means she has to roll 4s. No! So she takes damage again, going down to 1 hit point. And this is where the goat tries one other pass to run past her. 5 + 1 is 6, but she again evades. She just can't get off the ground. She's only got 1 hit point left, which means if she doesn't make this roll, she's going to get an injury. And then we are going to have to leave her in the street, and you're going to have to find out what happens some other time to poor Violet. We will have the goat clumping and charging towards her. But let's see. She's going to try and escape. A 6. Whoop. Throwing the dice everyone. Too excited. An 11. So that's an 11. -2 makes a 9. +1 because she's slippery makes a 10. The goat is clumping towards her, charging and charging on her one final hit point and on one final piece of life. Violet manages to evade the goat as it smashes into a car, caving in its side door. Glass fragments go everywhere, spilling into the air, dazing the demonic goat long enough for Violet to scrabble up and run back to the safety of the synagogue, where Violet will rest, healing 2 life. So we are going to go, I've got it there, demonic goat. Healing 2 life, and taking the time to, maybe because it's 6 a.m, she might, as I suggest you do, take a rest. Apart from, as will you, she has bad nightmares. Deathly nightmares of goats and horns and blood and children who have died and come back to life. Violet's dreams are dark dreams. Good night.